Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest night,
No evil shall escape my sight.
that those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. Ooh, drinkware. Anyway, I'm Phil. Joining me, as always, the master of all the cores. It is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And this time we're going to cover, well, that kind of event, Brightest Day. Continue to cover it, this time with Green Lantern Corps 53 to 57. Which will then...
There's a net. There's a net.
There's a net. A white net, yes. I mean, it's a good story, but yes, the only connection is that net, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and a guest appearance in the last issue, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Hardcover.
All right, so I know you're chomping at the bit, William, to hear my thoughts on Green Lantern number 11 that came out this week.
Yes. How good is it?
Well, let's see. Where should I begin? I'm trying to keep this spoiler free for you and anyone who hasn't read this. Let's see. Do I start with the beginning of the issue where the United Planets are messing with the Zamorons?
Okay.
Who have their central battery, which I know that was in question. Or should I say they had a central battery?
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm curious how that's going to be explained.
Yes. And of course, yeah, we're dealing with the resistance on Oa and all that. We get a flashback with young Carol and Hal.
Oh, cool.
Let me see this juvenile offender, Hal Jordan. I'm not even gonna spoil that for you. And then yes, Hal leads some of the lanterns to confront the United Planets, and they have a secret which I'm not going to spoil.
Okay.
Oh, this is how they control the council. Okay. Yeah, more flashback. Oh, and a certain Star Sapphire ring comes for a certain someone.
I wonder who that could be. Nice. I am looking forward to reading it.
And then we get the Guy Gardner back up with Not Lobo. Oh, the one thing I did want to show you, there's a couple bounty hunters like on their tail. Recognize any of these people? There's
Flicker.
Flicker's
there.
Yes. No. No, that's Torchy, Flicker's cousin.
Oh. Okay. And Bullfunga, and who's the other one?
Wait, I don't know if they said who she is. I thought she. I'm trying to remember this character. I'm not sure if she's a return, but the other, like I just thought it'd be. I'm like, yeah, Bullfunga's back. Remember, he's got one of Guy's big enemies, and then Flicker's cousin.
Flicker's cousin. Now, Flicker first appeared back. Gosh, it was
in that 90s series. Yeah, it was
like 17, 18, 19, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it was kind of leading up to the Star Sapphire. When Carol returned. Yeah.
Because that was when Hal was trying to rebuild the Corps very slowly, right?
Mm-hmm. But I do know you were worried about the House of Brainiac crossover, kind of like slowing these issues down. It seems like they're keeping the Brainiac stuff to the guy backup story, so it's not affecting the main story so far.
Okay. Cool.
So.
Good to know. I did pick up. I missed some of the Green Lantern War Journal issues for some reason, but I've picked up the ones that I've missed, and also picked up number 8, so I should be able to catch up on reading that pretty soon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts, especially since you're probably going to read them back to back, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice. But yeah, I don't think we have any more Green Lantern news. No show, no nothing.
Just a good comic, which
That's right.
That's what we want, right?
Couple good comics. Yeah. War Journal, Green Lantern. They've Justice Society is delayed yet again.
I don't think that there's a big shock there, but you know.
Was Jeff Johns just busy?
Maybe just a little bit, kind of in demand, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we get to these issues?
You bet. We got 5 of them, right?
Yes, and it looks like I have no synopses for these, so let's.
Well, do you want to break them? Do you want to break them down by issue, or do you want to just talk about the whole arc?
I don't care. We can talk the whole arc. I really don't. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Because it's kind of like 2 issues are like a big fight scene, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me just do the team here because I think this team pretty much stays consistent here. Writer Tony Bedard, penciler Tyler Kirkham, inker Matt Banning, colorist Nye Ruffino, letterer Steve Wands, and editor Adam Schlauman. All
right. So it does open with how Sinestro got a yellow ring, which I really liked.
Oh, yeah, specifically who made his ring, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That original ring, yeah.
And then I did like the little bit with Kyle where he was like, dude, I went toe-to-toe with your master, Sinestro, who beat Parallax, and mopped the floor with everyone from Mongol to Oblivion. And the dude's like, you really thought Sinestro?
Yeah.
And then he dies.
Yeah. in the faces of these yellow lanterns on Qward, and then the one's like, oh, hey, if I take off my ring, that's not breaking the truce. And yeah. I was like, yeah, I went toe to toe with Sinestro, Parallax, and everyone from Mongol to Oblivion. But wait, wasn't Oblivion like a part of him?
Yeah, that shouldn't count.
Guess what, buddy? I beat my own ass.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so strong. I kicked my own ass.
I made another entity from myself and kicked its ass. Yeah,
that's right. I'll be honest. I was a little bit. I feel like Kyle got beaten a little too easily.
Yeah.
By the weaponer. And I know they had to set him up as a big threat and everything, but and the white light, gave him a lot of power, I guess. But still, Kyle's not exactly a rookie and hasn't been for a lot of years now. So that was a little bit disappointing.
And I mean, I guess too, the same thing with Sinestro. I'm like, I know how dangerous Sinestro is, but I thought Cal could have beat him. Again, it's like, they kind of nerfed them just to make these guys look more, more powerful.
Yeah, and it ends with him, smacking Sinestro in the face, which.
Well, yeah, because the weaponer came for Soranik and was like, oh, tell Sinestro he wants his daughter. He has to come get her.
Yeah.
So then, Cal goes to Sinestro and tells him the whole thing, and Sinestro's like, no, you go save her. I ain't doing it.
I do like.
How about when Sinestro's he's like, have a care, boy. There's no Jordan or Kilowog or even Gardner here to back you up.
I'd like the fact that Sinestro, doesn't, he calls him the alley rat. He still I
Yep.
really like that. I mean, he hates him. He
Oh, yeah.
seriously hates him.
I mean, ever since Rebirth, but now he's dating his daughter too.
Exactly. Yeah. And if I remember right, when Sinestro was right before the Sinestro Core War started,
Mm-hmm.
he was like sitting or meditating or something, and we saw him from his back, and he had that lantern, because Kyle shot him with those arrows
Oh,
in the shape of a lantern on his back.
Kind of burned him, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. So yeah, I feel like, in this next issue where he and Sinestro duke it out, you know, who taught you to fight? Batman, but he still kicks his butt. So
Yeah. Who taught you to fight?
Batman, my favorite character.
But that's the funniest last page in the first issue when Cal hits Sinestro, and then it says next Sinestro hits back.
yeah. Oh, and we're gonna get to it. This weaponer, I liked him up until the end.
Oh yeah, it seems like
That didn't feel earned to me. That the decision that he makes that we'll get to, right?
yeah. It seems like that isn't a decision he'd make for the character we saw this whole entire arc. Although is that supposed to be the shock? It's like Sinestro broke him or whatever.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It just didn't feel quite
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is such a good panel though. Batman.
Yeah. Who is that, Phil? Who?
That's
Batman, my favorite character.
God, Ray
That's
taking
the
shots here too. Me and Lil for giving him shots over on Spider Cat.
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
Now, when we get, after the fight, we get into the next issue, and we see Soranik on Qward, and we get kind of the history of Qward. And I thought it was interesting that they made the anti-monitor kind of the seat. That was the Qward. The seat was the seat of his power. I thought that's an interesting, because I don't think that's I don't think that's really been stated before.
Yeah,
at
no,
this
it was
point.
more generic. I think, like in Crisis, where he was just like, "I'm going to kill the rest of the multiverse," then just roll Qward. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But having the Thunderers and the other Weaponers, and then hey, call out to Crisis, with the Anti-Monitor getting, the Anti-Monitor's war against Sinestro's universe cost us our God King.
It's like he was our ruler, our god, and then all of a sudden, gone.
And then Kyle does a really smart thing. He goes and gets help.
Yeah.
And you've got to love Hanu.
Yes.
It's like, what happened to you, kid? And he's like, I fought Sinestro
Without
no
a ring.
rings. I knew that. Yeah, I knew there was a reason I liked you.
Exactly.
But that's a really nice page. It's kind of like a half splash.
Yeah.
With Hanu
standing there, yeah.
But I thought, well, and someone else okay, we'll get there in a second. But he gets Ganthet. He gets
John Stewart,
and
Boudica,
yeah, to go with him. That was, I feel kind of like that. I mean, John gets a little bit of screen time, but not much.
Yeah.
And Ganthet, I think, gets nerfed pretty quickly. I mean, he's,
Oh,
pardon my French, but he's a freaking guardian, right?
Watch your mouth. And I think Ganthet's there more for anything than to be, info dump. Oh, this weaponer is who I suspected it,
Yeah. Yep. And then they show up. So Hanu, John Stewart, Ganthet, and Boudica all show up.
Yeah.
And then they get the crap kicked out of them pretty handily, right?
Well, yeah. Well, it almost seems like Soranik's almost like talking this guy down, but then like he has her separated from her ring and stuff, and she gets
Yeah.
shot when she tries to get it. But yeah, he comes running out because there's like, oh, it's a dimensional incursion detected. So he thinks, oh, Sinestro's come for his
Sinestro's fine,
daughter,
yeah.
but nope,
Yeah.
it's Hal
Nope.
and the others. Yeah.
And he blinds John for momentarily with the construct. Ganthet figures it out pretty quickly, but he gets taken out immediately.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. You take out the most powerful first, but I don't see. He's a freaking guardian. I don't see him being taken out.
Shouldn't he have his own like internal power and not you?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he blinds John because he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess he's basically a strategist. He's just like, oh yeah, this one, overly relies on like visual input
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, he pretty much, yes, he's using that white
Net on his shield. Yeah.
his shield and his hammer or whatever. So yeah, it's almost like evil out of shape 4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then poor Ganthet gets sick. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he nets up Ganthet. Yeah.
And Atrocitus is like, you guys suck. The enemy's on Earth. He's after the entities here, which we've been seeing back in Green Lantern. Which we thought. See that one. Now this, I'll be honest. This moved. I felt a lot faster.
Yeah.
Than the New Guardians storyline in Green Lantern. That one just felt slower. This one, it's 5 issues, but it's still moving at a pretty good clip every issue.
Yeah. And this is going to take us right up the war. The next time we do Green Lantern Qward, it's going to be War of the Green Lantern. So
yeah, we actually jump. We're jumping a little bit ahead of where we are in Green Lantern.
Because we're gonna have to backtrack. What is it? Yeah, next week to get those Brightest Day issues. So
yeah, the Brightest Day, because we have Firestorm showing up here.
Yeah, Firestorm shows up at the end here, and yes, we will get next week. We'll get the Owl. How did he get the Qward?
Yeah, he destroyed the universe. Remember? Duh.
Lord.
Sorry. Yeah, we do get that nice info dump. Now, I do like how Ganthet said, by the way, this is a mad, this person we know the identity of this person, but he doesn't reveal the person until the last issue of the arc.
Yes. But yeah, like Soranik and I think there's even kind of like they're pulling weapons, the
Yep.
guns and stuff to stop this weaponer, and then like the Thunderers show up, but then we get another dimensional incursion at the end of this.
And we get Sinestro Corps.
Minus, what is it? This one, or is it? Oh yes, at the end, the last text box, minus one glaring exception.
Yep. With a nice, that's a nice double page splash too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There it is, kids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I love. Yeah, John still like has his eyes covered. He's like, "Cal, what's happening?" He's like, "Tell me what's happening."
Now, if I remember right, I think this cover, the variant cover for this, the variant cover for the previous issue and this issue form complete each other. They're extended covers. They connect.
Nice.
And by the one by Patrick Gleason and Sandra Hope.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So 55, and then the variant cover for this one is for 56 is the other half of that with the Sinestro Corps on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although the
And
main cover for 56 is good too, because I think it was like
yeah.
Villains Month or something. Yeah, so you got like Sinestro on the cover.
Oh yeah. Very nice. And then we get, hey, Planet Korgar. Sinestro says, hey, we're gonna go, break some stuff.
Well, he says, yeah, he asked his whole core. He's like, "What is the punishment for the fool who tries to steal from me?"
Mm-hmm.
Because he even says, "Anyone recognize this fool?" Making an image of the weaponer, and they're like, "He looks Qwardian." And they,
Yeah, go ahead.
now I was gonna say, he just tells him, "Yeah, no, he's not just any weaponer. He's the one who made the rings and stuff."
Mm-hmm. And then, then it gets a little bit crazy all of a sudden. Okay, so they're going to kill all of the Thunderers and everybody, all the Qwardians. So then the Green Lanterns get their rings back, but they can't fight. It starts getting a little bit weird here.
Oh yeah, because they don't want to break the truce because
Truce,
Ganthin's like,
yeah.
"We're gonna need them
Mm-hmm.
for Brightest Day." Yeah.
Yeah, to battle the guy that I recognize, but I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. Sorry.
Yeah, because when the Sinestro Corps is going to kill all the Thunderers, yeah, Weaponer lets freeze the Green Lanterns and says, "Save my people."
Mm-hmm. I mean, so he has, he seems to be somewhat noble and very annoyed, with Sinestro, rightly so.
Well, yeah,
So his decision at the end of the next issue is just kind of, I don't know. It just didn't work for me. Maybe it probably works for others, but it just didn't really work for me.
yeah. I mean, we'll get there, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Green Lanterns are just trying to like shield the Thunderers from the Sinestro
Yeah.
Corps. They're like, "Oh, passive. This isn't breaking the truce. It's
Yeah.
fire on him." They try
And
to
then
get Thunderers inside to arm them with all those weapons.
Sinestro shows up.
Oh yeah. Mm. Oh yeah, I love Cal when he's like, "There's a way not to break the truce. Fight without your rings." And then of course Hanu's like, "No rings. Now you're speaking my language."
That's right.
It's clobbering time. No, he knows that. Of course, Soranik's firing that big gun. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got their rings back, and
I
then
love Boudica tries to get into it, and Cal's like, "No, you can't do anything. You're basically
you,
a walking power battery. You can't."
yeah,
do
exactly.
Uh,
And then we get a nice splash with John Stewart, but again, he doesn't really do much in this issue,
yeah, he's basically playing Marine sniper. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna say the splash when Sinestro shows up.
Nice, yeah, very
Yeah,
nice.
the colors and everything. Because
Mm-hmm.
that yellow energy, but almost looks fiery.
Yeah. And then that's a nice splash with John there. I mean, he looks like he's in some kind of weird armor, but that Sinestro splash is, yeah, really, really nice.
Oh yeah, he pulls Hanu off, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
then he says, "Focus on the Qwardians." He's telling his Sinestro Qward. He's like, our friends like Lantern Natu remain off limits." So I'm trying, because I was trying to remember. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't think they know that's his daughter, right?
Not yet. The only people that know are Kyle and Soranik and the Weaponer and Sinestro, as far as I know. I mean, Hal knows that Aubyn's mother,
Yeah,
Aubyn's sister,
sister.
yeah, was somehow important to Sinestro. I don't know if we dug more into that yet, because that happened during Blackest Night, I think, because she was resurrected by a black ring.
Yeah. He might suspect the kid, but yeah, if he doesn't know it's Soranik.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that Weaponer's like, "Sinestro, starting to believe you never show up." And Sinestro, "Because I set my troops ahead as any wise general would. Because I arrive on my terms, not yours."
Oh, we get a nice variant cover for Well, actually, both covers for the last issue, 57. We get Kyle and the Weaponer and Firestorm on the cover, and then
Yes.
we get a nice Ed Bennis cover with Firestorm, classic Firestorm.
Yes.
Well, no, actually, it's the new Firestorm. It just
Yeah,
looks
I mean, he
really.
looks kind of like classic Firestorm, but they're like the costumes just has like little different details and stuff. Yeah.
So that cover by Ed Bennis with Sinestro and Firestorm is nice too.
Yes.
And spoilers, Firestorm's
That's right.
in
And like I said,
the antimatter
you want to know why? Tune in next week, kids.
That's right.
But no, you know what bugged me about 56? It's like, yeah, like you were saying, like the Weaponer is like basically just like rolling over the Green Lanterns with that white energy, but Sinestro like really just kind of it's like, oh yeah, your attacks mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
And again, he tries to write it off as like, oh, I've wielded that white power, so I know what it is. But
yeah, and then the Thunderers are like, oh, he tried the Weaponer protected us. Now he's a good guy. And then in this issue, oh, he sucks. Boo. I mean, it's
yeah, it turns on a dime. Yeah, he's just
yeah.
like he's defending this, or is that him like basically trying to still save his people, but he's like, fine, I'll go work for you, just save my people.
That was kind of what I was thinking, or hope, maybe that's the reason. But the last line, he's misquoting specifically John Donne from not is it John Donne? No, not John Donne. Paradise Lost by Milton. He's quoting Milton.
Oh yeah, better
to serve in heaven than reign in hell. Yeah. So I don't know. I just didn't necessarily buy that ending. But we do have Firestorm now.
And I guess they're really pushing them. Oh, hey, go buy Brightest Day, because it's like, oh, he's in the antimatter. He's in Qward, and they basically we get a quick little flashback. It's like, oh yeah, Deathstorm, and now we're here.
Hey, and check out Brightest Day Volume 3. Okay. I don't know why they didn't say
17.
Why not give
in the actual issue
numbers?
No, in the actual issue, like floppy, they must have given the actual issue numbers, because on the app,
that's cool.
It does give you the actual issue numbers. Yeah.
In the collection, it says Volume 3 of Brightest Day, so that's very slick. That's cool.
Maybe they're like, if you're buying this collection, maybe you'll buy another collection. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, we do get that, and then finally, we get a page of them just staring at each other. Are you guys gonna? And then Sinestro's like, are you guys gonna do something or what?
I know. It's like, yeah.
And I do like when Sinestro says, after he lets them shoot at him, he goes, now it's my turn. And he takes out every one of them except completely misses John Stewart.
Yes.
He goes,
yeah, I missed you on purpose. Our truce remains intact. Now get out of my line of fire. That's when that Weaponer jumps in and attacks him.
Yeah.
So
now, I did. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No.
Yeah, he's still got that net on his shield.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that goes away, does it?
I don't know. It looks like it's is it ripped off the shield? It almost looks like it's ripped, but some of it's still on the shield at one point. But
yeah,
I don't know. We really don't see it after he puts on the yellow ring, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's gone from the shield.
So, like I said, I don't remember the rest of Brightest Day unless it shows up somewhere else or something. Or
yeah, I don't know. Because he has it like a couple of pages before.
Yeah, or unless they get put on a yellow ring, kind of kills it or destroys it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, yeah, it's on the shield when he attacks Sinestro again like 3 pages before.
Yeah. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that ending, like you said. I'm like, okay, so was the point of all this? It's like, oh, he talks a big game, but Ed Hardy's a coward
I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's
because it seems like such a
I don't
180.
know. Yeah, because I don't. Do we see him again? Even?
I can't remember, but you would think because Sinestro takes him with him, they'll probably make more rings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he says I could use a man like you to arm my core. So again, maybe we'll see him again. I can't remember, or unless he's just the built-in explanation now. So if we see new Sinestro core, new rings, we know where they're coming from.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me look up Weaponer of Qward.
Because no
See what I
matter,
can find.
yeah, because no matter how the rest of the story goes, with this, how it was always going to end, just so we could give the explanation of, oh, here's how we're making new Sinestro core rings as we need them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Sinestro handed him a ring, and the weaponer said, "My precious."
Yeah. Looks like he appears in the Green Lantern series eventually, and the New 52 Green Lantern series.
Oh, okay.
So he has one appearance there, so we will probably see him again maybe after War of the Green Lanterns, I would guess. I guess we will see.
And of course, at the end of this, yeah, Firestorm flies off to find Deathstorm because he says he's on this planet somewhere, meeting Qward and the Green Lantern. Should we go with them? Well, no, our issue's over, so no.
Yeah, exactly. Besides, you do not understand. We face a threat every bit as dire as the Blackest Night, for our enemy is the original renegade guardian of the universe. His name is Rona.
Yeah.
Way to stretch that reveal out, Ganthet. Stretch it out.
God forbid we have a Green Lantern show up in Brightest Day after, we had a Green Lantern in there since what, issue 1 or something?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I think this was a really good arc. I feel like I was a little bit let down with the ending.
Yeah.
Because it seemed to get away with so much stuff going on. It seemed to kind of get away from them a little bit. And I don't necessarily buy that, oh yeah, now I'll join the Sinestro Corps War or Sinestro Corps instead of, fighting for the people that I was fighting for just a few moments ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, art was great. I still think it's a good story. It's just there are, just some little details there that didn't quite work for me. But
Yeah.
otherwise,
Yeah. Yeah, that's my that's my thoughts. It's like, yeah, but it's a good story besides that ending, and then like we mentioned, just Cal getting basically beat on by the Weaponer and Sinestro. Just
well, yeah, and the way Sinestro just beat him so easily. I mean, and he beat Kyle so easily, and actually, and a freaking Guardian so easily. And maybe that explanation works that, Sinestro had messed with the white light before because he had been a White Lantern temporarily,
yeah.
in Blackest Night, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it's I'm just like, yeah, unless it gave him some kind of abilities, it's like, yeah, because I know about the white light, I can fight it. It's like, well, yeah, I kind of understand the science behind a nuclear bomb, but I'm not stopping it with my bare hands.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Again, some minor details, but all in all, I mean, it was an enjoyable read. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to see, it looks like they're starting to. I think with Blackest Night being over and Guy essentially having his own book, right,
Yes.
with Emerald Warriors, they shifted the focus to Boudica, Hanu, Ganthet, Kyle, and Soranik, right? Which
Yeah.
and I think that's fine. Guy's got his book that has Kilowog and Arisia Anybody else go along with them, or is it just Kyle and Aricia? I mean, Kilowog and Aricia.
Kilowog. I think that was it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
So, I mean, we're getting
they ran into some of those other lanterns that were mind controlled, but yeah, it was, I
Yeah.
think sort of 3 of them. Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice. We're getting to see a lot more lanterns.
But again, we're really not doing a lot with John, especially this story.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I mean, speaking of Guardians, I mean, this man at one time was a Guardian.
Yeah. Well, so he got so that dude nerfed 2 Guardians.
Pretty much, yeah. Or at least a veteran Green Lantern. I mean,
Yeah.
see, that would have been a cool scene if it's like, okay, if you want like Sinestro to beat Kyle in a fist fight, okay, but it's like at some point shouldn't John have stepped in and at least given Sinestro like a good struggle for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, because Sinestro just came in and pretty much wiped the floor with everyone.
Yeah.
And I get that he is arguably one of the greatest lanterns, ever. But a Guardian is no slouch. John is no, Kyle is no, all of these characters are, the ones that I would be most concerned about would be Boudica, Hanu, and Soranik, just because they haven't been lanterns that long, right? They don't have the experience of Kyle or John or Gant. Gant's got literally billions of years of experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that really didn't work for me. And if the Weaponer would have given him Sinestro more trouble, I think I would have forgiven it a little bit more. But Sinestro just kind of waded through it like it was nothing, just like the Weaponer was wading through Kyle and all the other lanterns like they were nothing. So it just didn't feel right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I'm trying to remember if this is one of the things that comes between them, but like Soranik, in this last issue, like Cal's like, oh, they're driving Sinestro back, and Soranik's like thinking they wouldn't have to if you hadn't asked him to come,
Yeah.
So she's kind of like, yeah, I know my life was in danger, but yeah, why did you have to ask him to come here?
Yeah. Because it did kind of blow things up that didn't necessarily need to be blown up.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the
Of course,
thing. I mean, I don't know if they would have been able to defeat him, but it's like if they would have went to the Thunderers would have helped them fight the Weaponer.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and if he'd have just went to, Hanu and everybody before going to Sinestro, they would have went there, and Sinestro and the whole freaking Sinestro Corps wouldn't have shown up to, cause chaos, basically. So, yeah. But,
that would have been
still
interesting too if they could have recruited the Weaponer for their side, be like, hey, those yellow rings have any weaknesses?
Yeah. Green. But yeah, I mean, there are some details in here that do, annoy me a little bit, but all in all, I enjoyed these 5 issues. I think it was although I feel like the art is a little bit scratchy, not as clean and well defined as it was when Patrick Gleason was doing the art. And it's not bad, it's just a different style. It's a little bit dirtier, I guess.
And I
You don't have to
feel
think
like
of it that.
some panels and some pages are dirtier than others.
Mm-hmm. Because I think, and maybe that has to do with the coloring, because it seems
Maybe
a little bit muddy. You don't have a good separation between what's going on in the panels. But again, this book has had such high quality throughout this entire series so far.
Yeah.
That we're we're digging into minutia here because it's typically so good. So this is just some minor problems with the issues.
Yes. And again, I like the character, but it's like besides like trying to boost another book, did we need Firestorm in this last issue? Out of nowhere. I mean, I know he was coming to Qward anyway, but did we really?
Yeah.
I mean, again, they should have did like a panel or two in the Brightest Day issue and just been like, oh, what's going on over there? It looks like a battle, and it's like this to see what's going on. Go check out Green Lantern Corps, 57.
Yeah. 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 Brightest Day is.
Because shouldn't Firestorm really been turn the tide kind of?
Yeah. Brightest Day really has been somewhat disappointing so far. And I know we've got about 8 issues left. Is that 8 or 9 issues left, right?
Yeah, something. Let me see.
Like 16 through 24.
We got 15 through 18 next week, and then 2 weeks after that, 19 through 24. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, and hopefully it can get turned around. I mean,
Yeah.
It has, in my mind, it has been improving because they're focusing more.
Yeah, it's not
on
jumping all over the place every issue. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not just chaos. So.
Well, and plus, I don't think it did it any favors that it's immediately after Blackest Night, so you can really compare the two.
Oh yeah, I mean it, unfortunately, no pun intended, pales against Blackest Night. Because and we've mentioned this before, that Blackest Night was very focused, very economical in the storytelling,
Very organized, yes.
and very organized, whereas Brightest Day seems much less focused. And
Stuff's happening here, stuff's happening here. Is it going to connect? Who knows?
we'll see. Keep reading.
Look, I found the net.
Yeah. It's white. It's a white net, Phil. Come on.
Pretty net.
But yeah, I mean, and I really don't know that, the main Brightest Day book we've talked about, at length, but I don't really know that Brightest Day affects the Green Lantern book, Emerald Warriors book, or really this book for that matter.
No, I mean, the only Lantern connection is basically, oh hey, this white ring, and oh hey, the White Lantern. That's pretty much it.
And yeah, okay, he gets the white net because Dead Man dropped it, right? Not Dead Man.
Not Dead Man.
Dropped it. But other than, I mean, it just really doesn't seem to. It doesn't seem to be affecting things like Blackest Night affected things. And maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
But so far,
So far, we're over halfway through Brightest Day, but yeah, maybe it'll start.
I'm optimistic, man.
I
Crossing
know.
my fingers.
Okay, what's better, Not Dead Man or Alive Man?
I like Not Dead Man.
Yes,
I do.
Yes. Yeah, again, the whole Firestorm thing is just pointless because I'm just like, because I see a panel with him just like shooting blasts at Sinestro Corps members. I'm like, he can transmute elements. I'm like, why? So we bring him in to just shoot laser blast. So any Lantern could have did this. There's so many characters we could have just brought in if we needed laser blasts. It's like, okay.
It's a white net, man. It brings everything together.
Oh.
Gosh, that was bad.
Brings the multiverse together.
That's right.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm
surprised this wasn't Not Dead Man with the white ring.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I'm really looking forward to getting finished with Brightest Day so we can get back to more Lantern focused stuff.
Or
which
the
would
Green
be
Lanterns.
Or the Green Lanterns.
And just covering Lantern books. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, again, it's been a long year, Will, because again, we were doing not Lantern books in Blackest Night, and now we're doing Lantern books in Brightest Day. So,
well, and now up until New 52, which is coming, we're within. This book, I think, only has like 7 issues left? Until it gets canceled and rebooted for New 52?
Oh, Green Lantern.
Is that right?
Yeah. I can check, but I think it's something like it. It's like I said, we start War of the Green Lanterns next issue of this. So, hold on. Oh, might help out that series. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're at 57, right? All right, so this goes to 63.
Yep. So 6 more months then.
Yep, 6 more issues. Yep.
Wow.
And 3.
So I think this.
And the first 3 of those 6 will be War of the Green Lanterns. So
I think we're farthest ahead then. This is the book that's farthest ahead,
I think so. Yeah.
right? I think we got as
Yeah,
far
because we
into
saw.
the-
Yeah, because in 2 weeks we have to do like 3 more issues of the regular Green Lantern book. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe is Emerald Warriors? Yeah, because we don't get back to Emerald Warriors. I don't think till we're in the middle of War of the Green Lantern. So
Yeah, I think so.
that one might be Green Lantern Corps and Emerald Warriors are now at the same spot, pretty much. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, man. Oh, hey, Showcase 23, the first story. The power battery says, a voice comes from the power battery and says, it doesn't call it a power battery, power lamp. Possessor of power lamp number 2314. So that's where we get the first introduced to sector 2814.
I was gonna say what?
It's been a long week, man. But yeah, so I did find it. It's in Showcase 23, the first story.
Is it Showcase 23?
Showcase 22 is the first issue. Showcase 23 was the second.
Oh, that's the first lane. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's mentioned in the second story. Okay.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of cool. Now we now know the answer to that.
I thought you had the 2814 tattooed on you somewhere.
Shh.
Yeah, Hal Jordan's sitting on a big 2814. Yeah, come on. All right. Anything else, William?
I can't think of anything. I think we covered this one pretty well. And again, we're being hypercritical because the book is so good.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Oh yeah, we've loved this series. Yeah. All right. As I said, next week. Only 3 more weeks of Brightest Days. So yes, next week for part 10, Brightest Day 15 through 18, and then the week after, Green Lantern 60 through 62, and then we'll wrap it up with Brightest Day 19 through 24. Then, like I said,
Nice.
then we're on the War of the Green Lanterns for a month.
Yeah, and
only in the Green Lantern books. So.
The new 52 is coming.
That's right.
Now that gets really interesting really quickly because we have a Green Lantern book, we have a Green Lantern Corps book, we have a Green Lantern New Guardians book, and we have a Red Lanterns book.
That's right.
It's going to be pretty cool because I've not read. I might have read the first couple of issues of Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps of the New 52, but it's been so long I don't really remember them. So
yeah, I've read a few, so I'm psyched to read them all in orders. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I did throw in on the list some of the New 52 books where like Lanterns like guest shot, like Blue Beetle number 9, Stormwatch number 9. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna get the little. All right, so yes, good things are coming, kids. And again, I mean, if you count those 2 Flashpoint miniseries, which we'll get to right before New 52, I mean, pretty much the rest of the year we're pretty much doing all Lantern books. So after Brightest Day, it's all Lantern books. Yeah. Yay. All right. So yes, so send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merchandise with new logos on it. And again, you can always rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
As Justin said, well, treat us like we're that girl dancing her way through college. Yes, rain random money on us.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
And of course, the Patreon, where yes, think all these shows are crazy. Yes, uncensored Lilith Hellfire. She's training for that marathon, so she's off all her meds and all her himbos. So yes, Lilith Hellfire is uncensored and ready to go. So you want to subscribe there. So yes, find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. Now this Mr. Will Allred, this genius, this master of the Green Lantern Corps, master of the Quantum Zone, master of podcasting, and master of several successful Kickstarter campaigns. Where can people find you?
Thank you. You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED. That would be on Facebook and Blue Sky and Gmail and Twitter and other places that I've probably forgotten that I've set up. But if you want to check out the comics that I write, you can do that at Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. Thank you, Phil. That's number 4. Number 5 is just about to go to the printer. We're doing some last minute edits on the lettering, and it should be fulfilled hopefully real soon. And then we will launch Crossover Division number 6, which will be on Kickstarter in the near future or semi-near future. We'll see.
Nice.
You can check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And obviously you have great taste because you're here listening to Phil and I talk about Green Lantern. So that means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. And if you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
He goes limp in my grip. I hope it's going somewhere nice. They aren't even attempting to enter our offices.
I can't believe that made it into a comic.
I know. Well, it's the 90s, man. Anything you want.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day. I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
I do.
All right.
I do.
2 weeks, we'll get more Hal Jordan. All right. All right, kids. Thanks for joining us. Again, next week, more Brightest Day. We're back to Brightest Day. And then in 2 weeks, yes, we'll get back to that Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Then in 3 weeks, we'll wrap up Brightest Day.
Yep. Sounds good.
And then right to the War of the Green Lanterns. Keep them with all kinds of different colored rings, kid.
Yeah. Krona.
All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, don't cross your girlfriend's father or his friend with a magic net. Good night.